Hey everybody, it is Tim with the Whittemore Group here at eXp Realty for Wednesday with the Whittemore Group. And last time I took this, you couldn't hear me, so we're doing another live. All right, well, welcome back. What we're going to talk about today is the Mortgage Relief Act that was just released last week about foreclosure freezes and forbearance for those people that are being affected by this coronavirus and this pandemic and everything that's going on. So now that everybody can hear me, what happened was last week President Trump had actually ordered the foreclosures and evictions to cease for 60 days across the U.S. in response to this coronavirus pandemic. So currently it's 60 days. It could be out to further than that, but currently that's what we're hearing. Even already, some of the banks have been following this guidance, like Allied and Bank of America have actually suspended mortgage payments for eligible borrowers, but there's no time limit left. So even though it was 60 days that was mandated through the president, not a huge deal. So all the other ones that are coming through right now, such as the Federal Housing Financing Agency, the Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, as you probably recognize that, the United States Department of Agriculture, even Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have announced freezes on foreclosures and evictions for the next 60 days. They're also offering forbearance for disaster relief, which they're considering at this time that this is a disaster relief sort of situation. So what that really means is if you've been in a foreclosure proceeding in the past right now, they're actually freezing this. They've also, if you've been late on a couple of payments and you're at that point to where, it's about to go to court, this can also be freezed. But there's one thing that you have to pay attention to if you get anything out of this video is you have to call your mortgage company. If you're in the foreclosure, contact the lawyer for the bank. Make sure that they know that you apply not to have to get not to have to pay or proceed with the foreclosure proceedings. Now, if you had lost your job and you're not getting paid because what you do is by hour and those sort of things, you're still going to have to go up and apply to make sure that you don't have to pay for those mortgage payments. It doesn't happen automatically, okay? So make sure that you reach out to them. Not only that, but those are mandated for, say, for your federally funded things like your FHA and VA. However, even Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, which present about 50% of who holds the mortgages right now in our market, they're even allowing forbearance. So what's forbearance? Forbearance really just means that the mortgage payments can be suspended for up to 12 months because of the economic hardship that caused corona outbreaks. So that's 12 months. So that's pretty good. If you're not familiar with those there's actually 3 different type of banks, if we'll call them that, in the secondary mortgage market. So say you go out, you get a loan, it's from your bank or from a mortgage loan originator, from Fidelity or something like that. What happens is after that, they sell it to the secondary bank and they're the ones that actually hold your mortgage. That's why all of a sudden you're getting, mortgage payments through Wells Fargo or Chase or some big bank like that. But in any case, they do have, if you don't remember, there are 3 big banks out there that are allowing this to do. You do have the Freddie Mae, you have Fannie Mac, which is your government mandated bank. So those are your VA and FHAs. And then you also have the Freddie Mac, which is a little bit smaller than obviously smaller than the Fannie Mae, but it's more for the savings and loans. And I could do a whole nother video on what that actually is. But in any case, I just want to let you know that they are currently going with the rest of everything to ensure that you're not going to be late and go into a foreclosure proceeding because you didn't have a job and you couldn't pay. So the actual reason that they're doing all this is because they don't want to have this daisy chain reaction, as I kind of alluded to earlier. That would lead to evictions, to landlord collecting less rents, and of course, meaning that they can't pay their mortgage, which could lead into a foreclosure. The lenders now losing money, and of course, inevitably foreclosures, moving right into what we had back in 2008. And we definitely don't want that for our housing market. So they're being proactive in order to not put yourself or put the market in that positions. Even right now, even the local sheriffs through a lot of the counties are ceasing the eviction enforcements, as well as courts refraining from taking on any further foreclosure cases. So that's good news for you that may be in a pinch right now. If you take, again, I'm going to mention it again, if you're looking to get into these programs, you have to apply into your bank, give them a call, an email, whatever you need to do, and say, hey, I might be affected by this. I'd like to apply to suspend those payments until this goes over. We can go back to work, and of course we can pay. Now that can go on for quite some time. We know just right now that it is only 60 days, but it could be extended. But again, make sure to apply. If you have any more questions about this, guys, please do leave it in the comments below. If you know anybody else that could use this information, make sure to like and share that with them. And any further information, we've been doing a lot of research here. If you can't Google it yourself, I'll be happy to guide you down that road as well. All right, we'll see you next week, and hopefully with sound. Take care.